Hey there everyone, welcome back. So in the 11 months that I've been wood turning, I've never really looked at hickory or been too interested in it until I found this piece again at my local mantle shop. It was in their trash pile, and the figuring and how interesting it was, I really just wanted to give it a try. So you'll see the mantle shop, they tried some stain on it, and this was the cutoff piece that they obviously didn't use. There's a lot of checking, there's some crazy voids, and some bark inclusions right there. But not great for a finished mantle, but really great possibly for a wood turner. So this is what we're going to try today, and see if we can get this on the lathe and find out what's inside. Really could have taken off the corners first on the bandsaw, but I didn't know exactly what kind of shape I was going to take, so I thought I would just move slowly and kind of see what this piece wanted to be. Hickory is a very hard wood. This particular piece was very dry. Don't know how long it had been sitting before it got tossed, but the moisture content was really low. This piece measured about 14 inches across squared. We'll see what kind of a size bowl we can get out of it. Because of those inclusions and everything, I really think we're going to have to take it down a little smaller, but we'll see. We'll see. To be truthful too, I did not exactly know what this wood was. I had to talk to a couple friends with a lot more experience than me and show them the wood as I was getting ready to turn it, and they were the ones that helped me identify it, because again, I'm pretty green at this wood turning. Anyway, they were able to help me identify it, and said conclusively, yeah, this is hickory. Hickory is used a lot, as you probably know, in smoking, like wood smokers. Got a really great smoky aroma to it. Nothing like that came out in the turning. Again, I think a lot of this was because it was very dry. Maybe if it were wet. So we're trying to get a little bit of a shape going now, and seeing where I need to bring it in. These large voids and inclusions are really, I think, going to dictate a lot of the design. Whenever I have a piece like this, I tend to just go slow, stop and evaluate, and see what I kind of need to do. And that in itself sort of dictates the shape that I end up with many, many times. Some really good cracks. I don't know if that's going to be an issue. That one's a little concerning. Those bark inclusions, some bug damage. We got all kinds of chaos going on here. But I've got a nice sturdy faceplate on, so I'm just going to keep whittling away and see what I need to do to make this into something nice. going to try to get that tenon established so we can ultimately get this turned around and have it held securely in the chuck. Nice flat foot. Yeah, that void right there, not sure. We're going to get some sandpaper on this now and start smoothing it out a bit. And I think we'll see what we need to do or can do with all those voids once we get it hollowed out. This is just a little bit of alcohol to get rid of all the dust and get the grain standing up a little bit better. The grain on this hickory was gorgeous already. Super cool. Little fine steel wool and the medium Scotch pad and fine Scotch pad to kind of burnish a smooth surface onto this before we do any kind of sanding paste or anything like that. Again, I don't know if this is the right way to do it. It's just the way that I've done it a lot, and it seems to work out. If anybody has any comments about doing things in probably the correct order, I would really appreciate that, because again, I'm still pretty new at this. We'll get this faceplate off and we'll turn it around and start hollowing. So yeah, so this is a little concerning, and again, one of the reasons I probably threw it out, but still might work for us. Going to try to get rid of some of that center bulk with a Forstner bit and give myself a little guide to start the hollowing process. Yeah, this is starting to concern me a little bit at this point. I don't know how deep that's going to go. According to the center where the Forstner bit went in, it didn't go in too deep, but you just don't know. And the last thing I want this thing doing is flying apart on me as it's moving about 1,000 RPM. So starting to really kind of consider what I want to do with that. So after really thinking about this and trying to figure out whether it was safe to keep spinning this around really quickly with my body really close, I decided to go a little bit of a safer route. So I'm going to cast this in some epoxy resin and let it really get in there and fill all those cracks, those voids as far as they go. Plus I really kind of feel like that it will give the piece some good features because there are some side voids. Maybe I'll get a couple windows out of it. We'll see. Yes, I did get in trouble for doing epoxy on my wife's quartz countertops and using one of her old baking sheets. So if that's you too, you're not the only one. So what I used on the outside to hold this as a mold was if you just go to a dollar store and pick up some of their summer picnic placemats, you can get them for $1 a piece, and I find that they will hold the resin. They're firm enough to hold epoxy where you want it, but they're pliable enough to be able to shape around. Anyway, that's what I used, and I did not put any kind of mold release or anything, so basically I had to turn it all off. At this point, I'm just trying to start getting that center portion of epoxy, which basically is going to get all turned away, out, and get the bowl back into its original shape again, and start hollowing down. So this was a bit of a long process, again, because it's a pretty chunky piece of hickory, and it's a hard wood. But, you know, again, part of the fun is just taking your time and chipping away at it. And anyway, that's what I enjoy. This is my little high-tech depth finder gauge. Works really well. Starting to get down to where we want to go, and as it turns out, of course I didn't know, I was able to turn past those big bar conclusion voids, but it still left some really nice features on the inside and outside walls, which you'll see in the after pics and as we move forward. So this was a real fun project in general. I really enjoyed turning the hickory. In fact, since the editing of this video, I've already picked up a couple more pieces out of the trash pile at the same mantle shop. So there'll be some other ones coming. But I had never considered, I don't know why, I always looked at other wood species, but never really looked at hickory. But boy, oh boy, this was nice. I also have some really nice hickory trees on my property. Not that I want to cut down trees to do wood turning, but if they ever need to go or fall from a storm, I will certainly save the wood. Some of the little voids there in the casting process just needed to fill in with some CA glue. We'll get some sandpaper again on the outside because I had to turn away a lot of the resin that was there, and start finishing the bowl up. I take everything to about a 400 grit, and then I'll burnish it with the Scotch pads and everything. This is again a little bit more alcohol, just to before I do any of that, to clean off the dust and get the fiber standing up well. This is the Axe abrasive paste. I like this product a lot. You'll notice I left that little bit of epoxy resin rim on the top, so I don't know. I liked it and decided to leave it on there. I'm still kind of, to be quite honest, kicking around whether that was a good idea or not, so leave a comment and let me know what you think. We'll get that tenon gone now and be able to finish it up. I'll take this down to just a little bit of a nub, and if you've seen my other videos, a lot of times what I'll do is just leave the nub on there, and I'll take it off at the drill press, and I drill out just the right size for my branding emblem, so I don't have to take that thing off entirely, and it gives me a nice space to put the emblem on. Works out great. Just a little CA glue, and we will get the emblem on and put a little Danish oil on it after we're done too. Again, not sure if I'm even supposed to do that. It seems to work out well. And I really welcome any comments as far as people with a lot more experience than me telling me the order to do things. The after pics are going to be coming up in just a moment, and please leave your comments, tell me your thoughts, and if you've turned hickory and if this is typical or not. If this is interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when these videos are coming out. And all the support is super, super appreciated. This project was a lot of fun, came out great. I did get a couple nice little windows, and I don't know, to me, just made it a little bit more interesting. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.